It is Rich Lieberman after dark, and I have thematically kind of. Would you like that big word? Thematically, ooh. I'm being self-deprecating, trying to poke fun of myself. Look, I wanted to talk tonight, and after dark is me trying to kind of give a state of the day, perhaps a couple of weeks, a little bit about myself, in case you didn't know, all of the above, just sometimes just going at everything, right? So, few things. Um, somebody was, I guess, a compliment. I'll take it as somebody in the comments wrote about the fact that when I was lampooning and making fun of KTVU about their pompous, idiotic, totally don't know the room kind of a deal with their holiday card for even lonely people who have no lives wouldn't, for the most part, be asking KTVU for a holiday card. And then they have the four people who should know better. I guess they had to do it to keep their whatever jobs. In any event, here's what I want to say. And I'm not trying to be self righteous when I say this. Actually, it's a compliment to you guys because, yeah, I was floored with a lot of oh, I forgot what I was going to say on the holiday card. Yeah, somebody said since I talked about that, they've since not even mentioned it. Still on their website. This is KTVU, but they don't even plug it that anymore. And somebody gave me credit saying, my impact and all that. That was maybe too heavy a word. People do watch me, even the people that can't stand me. And I've talked about this because I'm the only one who covers this crap for the most part. But what I wanted to compliment you guys is it's not me. You come to me, and this is beginning to build just like my written blog, word of mouth, and speculation, all that stuff. Uh, People are watching me, and I ain't perfect. I'm not even close to mediocre yet, but I'm trying. Anyway, but back to KTVU. That was all you. You guys were the ones who responded and befuddlement and like, how the hell could they do this? What do they think we're a bunch of idiots, kind of a thing. So it was you who, yeah, you responded to my lampooning of them, but it was your back and forth and a lot of comments and various people. Look, some people do respond multiple times, but there's a good mix of people who are different. And in any event, that was all about you. And that's the thing about what I do, which is I am critical of these people and their stations, some of them. And when I see something that I think is kind of profoundly ridiculous, whether it's a person, whether it's radio, television, um, outlet, internet, SF Chronicle, then I'm going to talk about it. That's what I do here. I give you a forum. And again, I'm not trying to be pompous, but I do give you a forum to come and watch me, Yul Brenner, Richard Nixon. I am not a crook. Anyway, okay. Somebody likes my Nixon impression, so what the hell? A little free comedy here. It was mostly about the fact that they got so much feedback, and it was all negative. So that's all about you. And yes, I am complimenting you guys because it shows that look, they pay attention. Trust me, they spend lots of money, millions of dollars to some of them to go upon and seek feedback and do data and see who's counting whom, where the zip codes are, all that kind of stuff. So believe me, they watch me. And I know they watch me. And those that say, oh, you're just being, blasphemous and all that. You're just being, it was the wrong word, you're being egotistical. Well, by definition, maybe I am. Look, and people say, don't you want some friends? Don't you want to hang out with you? No, I don't want to hang out with these people. They don't want to hang out with me, and that's fine. I hung out with a lot of these people. Folks, these people have, some of them, massive egos. And some of them now are just hanging on. for whatever reason. Maybe they still have egos, of course. And they want to get the very last vestige of whatever they deem as, oh God, I'm on television, or I do play by play for the 49ers. And by the way, as long as I brought that up, Greg Papa used to be a very cool guy. And who am I to judge? But one thing about me is I am aware of my negative entities. I never said I was a Boy Scout. And this is when I had a life, when I was with a girlfriend, when I had legit caveat, when I was walking around and being funny and trying to be funny and just being me. I had aspirations, a lot of these things. But I also knew that when you reach a certain plateau in your life, you then sort of back off, or even if you don't back off, and maybe you're still massively talented, or you know the moment, and you're willing to allow people to, I don't want to say make fun of you, but perhaps, I don't know, express some things that maybe you don't want to have expressed towards you. And when you do something like this, you have to kind of open yourself up for criticism yourself, which I've always, by the way, encouraged. I don't have, as I've often said, flashy background and graphics and shitty lighting. Yes, that I do have. But you know what I compensate for and why I'm still here? Believe me, if I thought this was really out of my league and yada, 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 then I'd call it quits. I'm lazy. Not literally, but I'm lazy. So I do this because I know a lot of you people enjoy it and you want to hear about various people and all that. And I don't get involved in, well, I sound like an idiot by saying gossip and all that. Look, we're not rearranging, the Magna Carta or writing the Constitution and what have you. This is a site designed for basically fun. There are some serious issues like radio stations that had news departments that had real reporters and real anchors. They weren't even great. They were mediocre at best, but they provided a service. They were honest and they had a degree of credibility because they understood what the hell they were talking about, where they were, and all. And now it's just, and you say, well, why do you keep saying it, Rich? Because what else is there to say? I compliment when I compliment. If I see something good, I'll compliment. If I whatever, if I watch something, if I hear something, it's damn hard. So I'm just here having fun for the most part. I'm not here to, become, Mother Teresa and cure terminal diseases and all that. I call out some of these people because they're completely pompous. They act like prima donnas, like Greg Papa. And I used to know Greg. He's harmless in that regard. He thinks a little bit too much of himself. He just thinks he's a swell day, with all this bullshit about, yeah, changing your outfit, putting on a hat and putting on costumes. Really, Greg? That's what you've been reduced to on that nothing station that has these 20 somethings. That's kind of old these days, that got jobs because their fathers had some sort of juice, and they're getting rid of all the good people. It's cumulus. Those who they deem as making too much money. Look at what we're reduced to now, for God's sakes, on that alleged sports station. Kid in the afternoon, the son of Greg Papa, who doesn't have an ounce of interest. Who listens to that crap? And the sarcastic putz whom co-hosts and babbles on and thinks he's some god. Little Copy Copes, the laugher, the professional giggler, Jiminy. And then that hideous, hideous Greg Papa, Greg and Greg. Not the dirty work in the after. That's real cogent. You put up a stupid, very, very egotistical, dirty work. Yeah, as if you've been around these two nimbobs for years now. Why don't you just put up your names and talk? Dirty work. Let the audience, the 12 people that listen to you, deem your dirty work. and then Greg and Greg. And Papa, this is what I'm sad about with regards to Greg Papa. He doesn't care anymore. He's a mercenary. He's got luck that his boss is somebody who really thoroughly thinks he's just the greatest thing since sliced bread. His play-by-play is hideous. The I can go on and on, the shouting and the screaming and the absolute. He sounds like some junkyard dog, some idiot from the South. And I don't mean to be throwing insults like that, but truly, I'm aiming it in the vicinity of his personality. He truly has an ego beyond extraordinary means, that kind of a thing. But a true professional would have said, the hell with this. I'm not going to do a broadcast. I mean, look, John Lund was hideous from a professional standpoint in my life. Never met the guy, only know about him through his various 8,000 jobs that he bragged about, that he worked from market to market and market to market. And he finally found a sycophant co-equal in the term of Greg Papa, who thought he was brilliant and kept referring to him John, John, and John. And Lund was so dependent on this sycophant at every other sentence. Like you said, like you said. And he finally got the hose from Cumulus, which picks always the holiday season to do their dirty work. But I'll give Lund credit. At least he was there, credible. At least he could hold a conversation. Now Papa has this putz on, who Daddy, I guess, is still connected. So Daddy said, tell you what, put him on the air. He's my son. I'm sure he sounds just as eloquent as I do. Yeah, wonderful. I'm put that in air quotes. So the show is just awful, like the show from 2 to 6. And the ratings, folks, are terrible. They are. I'm just stating what is already out there online. It's my opinion. Of course it is. But people have rejected this hideous station. And then the morning show, God, how further down the hole can you get with these two nincompoop, one of whom hangs on because his nose is up Larry Bear's ass and he's the biggest corporate shill and nobody gives a shit about anything that he says. He survives, and I guess he needs the money, so he stays on. Those homes in Marin have heavy duty mortgages, so I guess he's got to pay, the piper. Whatever. So stations like that, which used to be something, and KCBS and KGO TV. God, talk about regression. But a lot of these people, folks, are pompous and they still think the fact that they have to be on the radio or the television, they still think that means something. I had my duty. I did my deeds way, way long time ago. I don't want to have anything to do with these folks. I'm not here, as I've often said, to make friends. I'm here to do this little shtick. And the minute I sense that it's getting, old stale breadcrumbs, I'm out of here. I'm out of here. I just do this for fun. But yes, it is my gig now. So I rely upon you guys. And you guys do have a say. Look, case in point at KTVU, which is sad now. Oh my God. It's become so foxified, if you know what I mean. And Cron is Cron these days. KPIX, part of CBS. They do some good things now, but they have elements of, shall we say, irreverence. That's not my cup of tea, although I'll give them credit for trying. And KGO, part of the Disney, the Mouse House, and these people that hang on there. And they've got some truly, really lovely people that work there. Oh my God. And NBC Bay Area. Raj, take the gig in New York. They're still offering it. Why not? The Bay Area, I love the lay of the land. I love the fog. I love the ocean, the climate and all that. The people, oh my God, it reminds me of that line. I think the comedian was David Feldman said, I love America. I hate Americans, kind of a thing. It was a joke. So, uh, you know, um, God, we used to have some great TV and radio here. And that doesn't, it's not a byproduct of the environment we're in Where do they get some of these people? They just throw them on. They don't even do, you know, uh, training anymore. Whatever happened to that? And look, other than me, I started out, I was the Walter Cron. Anyway, it's a joke, okay? Um, but I was good. I had good pipes. I did my deeds. I walked around. I pretended I was big shot and all that. Look, some of you know me. You know what I'm made of. Oftentimes, I walk around, figuratively speaking, and I'm just looking to, have a cup of coffee and a bagel. And I don't mean that literally. I'm just out here. I'm pretty consistent in that area. I never said I was a Boy Scout. There's a joke there, I think. But you know what I mean. And a lot of these people and these stations, they just don't get it. And they throw this shit out and they think by and large the public's going to buy it and they're out competing against one another. And you have these idiots that are on the sports station at 640 or 680 AM and FM on 104.5. It's dreadful. I was trying to listen. And again, I have these stations on now purely as like background music, you know. And there are stations on FM that have legitimate background music. But this is just to see how bad it can get. It gets worse. I keep saying it gets worser. The Keith Olbermann, it's the worst person in the world, that stuff. That's what it's become. And there are a few people out there that are still good. They're solid. They read the news well. They know their place. They're not trying to be something than what they really are. And they do their jobs. And those are the ones that I like and I still watch and respect. Radio, I don't know what the hell is going on. I miss the old KGO. Of course I do. I miss the fact that we don't have a news talk outlet, that we have to go online or we have to go to the, satellite stereo. And even with satellite, you don't get a everyday news talk station. And most especially not one in your market, in this case, the Bay Area. So, yeah, I like the old days. Sue me. I miss Dennis Erectus. I miss the old Rod Owens. I miss Bill Wattenberg and people like, Stephen Capon and people like, true geniuses like Dr. Don Rose, who was moronic and built an artifact out of it and soon developed a huge following and was fantastic and talented. I miss people like Steve Summers, who got the hell out of town years and years and years ago, went to New York and was an overnight sensation on WFAN. He retired a couple of years ago. People like Wayne Walker and McElhatton and Van Amberg and Pete Wilson, not the governor, but the news anchor, you know who I'm talking about. And even Radnich, who's getting a little nasty in his old age and thinks that, by trying to become Warner Wolf in retirement, but I'll give him this. In his heyday, pretty damn good. Funny, original, had a sense of humor, very East Coastish and all that with Tony Bruno and all that. That was when KNBR was legit. And now we've got this crap, these alfalfa sprouts and cucumber carcasses that they have on the air right now. So look, folks, I just try to do what I do. And I meander a little bit. I go out of place a little bit. I can be terribly undiplomatic. I don't do fourth round draft picks and pound my fists and pretend to be some genius about NFL minutia and these really, really, flashy backs rounds and, get back on the air at KNBR because I'm willing to work for $100 a shot. They love that, Cumulus, before they completely die. They have these frauds on now, these one-hit wonders who come back to hang on, who, by the way, this is hysterical. The threesome geesome who sit in the press box now, who do the pre-show for the 49ers and talk about how great they have it with their free pizza and free hamburgers and free press box food that they brag about to coworkers, some of whom are making minimum wage and could barely hang on through Uber to go and do a production at KNBR. That's what we've been reduced to. Enjoy your pizza, which, by the way, is good pizza. I'll give the 49ers that, but I didn't go around bragging. Maybe when I was 20, when I first got a job in this industry. But my point is, these people these days, you have either have people just hanging on who have egos, or maybe they have to feed the family and have spouses that work, or maybe they feel like they're still magnificent on the air, whether it's radio or television, or you have the complete opposite. You have people that shouldn't even be near a microphone, who talk with gravel voices and have little squeaky voices, and women who get jobs because of their gender, who are not necessarily that talented. That's what we've been reduced to. That's why I'm here. Not to sound too special, but I'm the one who takes the bullet for you guys and could call these bastards out, because, oh boy, they do need to be called out, because some of them are just entirely too magnificent with their image and think that you want them to tell you about their lives and how special they are. As long as I'm here, as long as you support me and my endeavors to do this, give you my opinion, give you my scoops, give you my takes, if you want to use that word, hopefully some analysis, then I'm here for you. So, yes, please do make a contribution, because you folks are the ones who fund this station. 100% reader, viewer funded. As long as you're there, I'm there for you. So please do click on the PayPal icon on the computer, make your donation. Any amount is welcome. The higher, the better. I might even sing to you. Well, no, I won't do that, but I do sing good, by the way. And I will personally thank you, and I will personally call you if you want, or if I don't call you, thank you via email, whatever, and make you a part of the audience that I depend upon, just as you depend upon me to give you quality live content, sometimes not live, but sometimes at your time and location, which is convenient for you. That's it for a Monday night, and we'll see you again if all goes well. Remember that? Jim Eason used to say that from KGO. If all goes well, I will be here again.